Good news, everyone! In this round, we've collected some of the less doom and gloom news stories from 2020. We're going to show you pictures related to each story with something covered up. You're going to have to tell us what we've covered up. Question 1. Which pop diva rescued Carven, the loneliest elephant in the world, from a zoo in Pakistan this year by relocating him to a wildlife sanctuary in Cambodia? Was it A. Madonna, B. Cher, C. Mariah Carey, or D. Celine Dion? Question 2. How did 103-year-old Jenny Stania celebrate beating coronavirus earlier this year? A. A crispy Bud Light, B. An illicit Cuban cigar, C. A creamy chocolate milkshake, or D. A cheeky clarinet solo? Question 3. Which women's international football team celebrated receiving equal pay to their male counterparts for the first time this year? Was that A. USA, B. England, C. France, or D. Brazil? Question 4. A Barcelona string quartet played for an audience of 2,300 what when theatres in the city reopened in June? Was it A. Puppies and kittens, B. Cuddly toys, C. Houseplants, or D. Healthcare workers? Question 5. Soldiers were tasked with cuddling and feeding what animal displaced by wildfires in January? Was that A. Beavers, B. Wombats, C. Black bears, or D. Koalas? Alright, let's take a look at the answers. Carven the elephant was rescued by Cher. Jenny Stania celebrated overcoming COVID with a Bud Light. It was the Brazilians women's team that got equal pay with the men's team. That Barcelona string quartet played to a packed house of potted plants. Those plants were later gifted to healthcare workers. And finally, those soldiers were members of the Australian Army, and they were looking after koalas.